Meanwhile, in New York, they celebrate again. The Aces are going to hang on to that trophy and put their names on it one more time. A hard-fought victory over the Liberty. Becky Hammon, kind enough to throw the headset on and visit with me now. And Becky, you know so well, and I said this at the top of the show, when you got to get the last one in a knockout, right, in a best of, that's always the most difficult. And you knew this team so well, you've battled all year long, what it would take. But I was so struck, Coach, with the outpouring of emotion from your team when zeros were on the clock. From so many different players, I assume for so many different reasons. What was your sense of what they were letting go of in that moment when we saw the emotion?
Oh, man. This team has dealt with a lot of adversity this year. And I think, you know, they're such a happy group. They're naturally happy people. And, you know, we hit some rough patches. We started off the season, you know, playing really well. Had a rough patch there. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, they kind of felt like people bailed on them, you know. And we just felt like we knew who we were. And as I told them, you know, it shouldn't be easy. It should be hard as heck to go in there and repeat. And it was, you know, to have the set of circumstances that we were dealt within the last 48 hours. I mean, it's just been one thing after another, quite frankly, if I'm being real. Right.
Well, I loved what Chelsea Gray said in the sound that I heard. I believe it was in the shoot-around. She was asked, how could she impact this team? You're not just talking about a player, you're talking about a finals MVP. But she said, I can impact this team with my voice and my IQ. I thought, what a profound thing to think. All right, my points aren't going to be out there, but I'm here. What does she mean to your group, whether she's playing or whether she's sitting next to you with crutches?
I mean, you know, I've been around some of the best minds in basketball, and she is right up there. I mean, her wheels never stop turning. She was talking in the huddles. I was losing my voice. I was glad she had hers. And at the end of the day, you know, to have an extension of yourself, there's just been so many times throughout the season where I'm about to call a play. She calls the exact same one. Like, I can't make it up. Like, I was literally about to call that play. And I just have so much respect for her, how she approaches a game, how she leads her teammates. Yeah, I mean, she's a special human.
I said this to Rebecca a minute ago about MVP voting, and I think maybe we saw it in the NBA last year where people just get bored voting for the same person. I don't know if that happened to Asia. I mean, when push comes to shove and your team's down, there she is. How do you best explain to our viewers what you get from that player night in, night out?
I get a selfless superstar and a superhuman being. I mean, she has so much humility and grace. Sometimes I want to shake her. I'm like, do you even understand how good you are? Mm-hmm. And she's really just scratching the surface. Every year she comes back better. I felt like she got, you know, I got a raw deal in the MVP voting. I made it very vocal about it because I felt like if people would have done more research, some more analytics, instead of just looking at stuff. And I mean, all respect to I love Stewie's game. Don't get me wrong at all. I love AT's game. I just felt like efficiency-wise, there was no comparison with her on both ends of the floor. And she just put this team on her back. I told them in the fourth quarter, the ball got to run through Asia. You guys continue to cut and give her space because at the end of the day, you give it to her and you live with the results. And one thing I know is she delivers results night in and night out.
You know what the best thing, though, is, Coach, about a championship trophy is that you, Asia, and the whole team can all hold that. Am I right?
I mean, I can promise you, for that trophy, she don't care about that MVP. That's the kind of person she is.
Well, you're in a great city to celebrate, so thanks for taking a minute. Go get with your team and enjoy this night, all right? I appreciate your time very much.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Becky Hammon in the